Hello and welcome to another live on Marlene's How To's, my home and garden channel. And so I'm so excited today, guys. But let me say, first of all, if you've never been here before, my name is Marlene, and this is Marlene's How To's, my home and garden channel. It's a gardening channel, but for my live videos, I'll be featuring, and this is something we've actually made an adjustment to where we're going to be featuring either a fruit, and we've done some of these in the past as well, but we're kind of streamlining a little bit more. We're featuring a fruit, vegetable, or flour on each individual one, and we'll tell you a little bit about it and show you how we use it. Sometimes it's our most often it's probably going to be how we cook with it. And I'm going to be joined by my husband today, so I'm so glad to see you. Be sure to come on in the live chat so that way we can give you an extra special welcome, know that you're there and you're just joining the fun with us. And today it's going to be about bananas. And let me take a quick look at the chat to see what's going on here. So I see three people on here just starting off here in the live chat. So I see Andrea. She says, "Hi, Marlene. Hi, Andrea. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to see you." And we also have Bruce Lee says, "Hi, Miss Marlene. Welcome, Bruce Lee. Glad to have you." We have Tiffany. Yay. Glad to see you, Tiffany. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And to Georgia Peaches says, "Hi, Marlene. Welcome." So glad to see you guys. We also have Neil Chin. Says, "Hi, Marlene." So welcome, guys. I'm so glad that you could join me. So it's going to be about bananas today, specifically. We're going to be making a nice, it's going to be probably one of the best banana pudding recipes that you'll ever have. Not because I made it, because I'm not the original. These things are available online. But we're going to be using these items over here. Let me show them to you, kind of sort of there. And I'll go over all the ingredients and everything so you'll get to see them. But it is really good. So if you have a little potluck or something like that, and you want to get something that's really going to make your guests be like, "Ooh, where'd you get this from?" This would be the one to do, because that's the kind of reaction I get when I do it every single time. So we'll go through all the steps with you. But first, let's talk about the wonderful bananas. It is a gardening channel after all, so we have to take a look at the background of it and go over that a little bit. And I see you're greeting each other on here. Neil Chin says, "Going bananas today." Yes, we are going bananas today for sure. So be sure to talk to each other in the chat as you usually do. I absolutely love that. And be sure to give me a thumbs up as well too. So that way YouTube will, send this out to more people, whether during the live or they may send it out to them afterwards. So again, very glad to have you. Welcome, welcome. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the bananas. Typically in America, I'm from Jamaica. So typically in America, these are the ones that you would, be talking about, ripe bananas, And but in Jamaica, we also eat green bananas. We're not going to be looking at that today, but let me show you what they look like when you buy them from the store as a green banana. So, just for your FYI, this is how green they are. So this, you would not be eating these. You wouldn't try to ripen these. I mean, you can if you want to, but they're not at the point yet for perfect ripening. But this is how green they would be. There is no yellow in there at all. It's green everywhere. So we cook these kind of like how you cook a potato or, something starchy like that, for our, savory dishes. But today it's all about sweet tooth. So what I can do, just to clarify for you, what I'm going to be doing is typically if you have a potluck, you want to have like a 9 by 13 inch like a casserole dish. But we're just doing it for our family today, and I did 2 separate ones just to show you. So this is actually 9 by 9. So that's the size that we're using today. So if you want to do like a 9 by 13, you can double the recipe, and that way it will be bigger. And it will reach more of your people. So for this one today, for this size, I'm just going to go over the ingredients that we're using here, just so you can see them. And I need to get one more item for you. Oh, and I think I just saw Lorna. Hi, Lorna. Welcome, welcome. The sweet tooth is on today, my friend. The sweet tooth. So let's show you some of the things. We're going to be putting some of this in there. Cool Whip. I hope the writing isn't backwards for you, because that happens sometimes when you're looking at the camera. But it's Cool Whip. You can use whatever brand you like, but it's basically just like a whip topping right there. We have chessmen cookies, and these are kind of pricey. I'll not deny it. But if you want to really, do something that's high end and impressive, you would go for these. If you don't, you can just go for the vanilla wafers. You can even get the, like the store brand, like Walmart or whoever makes them. You can get it less expensive. So you don't have to do these, but this is just the one that I chose because I like how these cookies look. They're very pretty. And again, we're not trying to, save on the pennies today, but, you do have those options if you like. We're going to be using this as well, too. This is a Jello pudding mix. Because some people, you could buy the ones in the little cups that you give to kids, but I like to do it, it's almost from scratch kind of sort of. So you get this, and we're gonna be using that. We're also going to be using our cream cheese. You can use whatever brand you like. They have off-store brands as well. This is the one we're going for. And I'm going to be using half of this. So I'll go through all the different things based on proportions. I did not list them in the chat. I'll do that on a pinned comment afterwards for you so you can see it. And it is sweet. I will not lie. So I would say if you're going to have this, you may want to make sure that you have water, with your meal so you can save the sugar for this part, especially if you're watching your sugar intake. Condensed milk, that's the next one again. So I think we covered everything except our milk. So I'm gonna grab that as well and show you. And you can use whatever type of milk you want. This is just the one that we typically get. And not all of us here have milk like that, like with cereal. One of my kids does. So this is the one we normally get, the organic vitamin D rich one. So that's the one he prefers. Me personally, I prefer to have rice milk. My other son likes almond milk sometimes. So it just depends on, what you prefer. So I think we pretty much have everything going there. And you can see here, of course, the main ingredient would be the bananas. We can't leave those out. Just wanted to show you something for your information. Like this one right here, to me, this is at the right spot. Hope you can see it really well. There you go. So right here, it could be a little bit riper, but just to show you when you wouldn't want to do it. So over here, this one, this is too ripe. You can use these for banana breads, or if you make Jamaican banana fritters, stuff like that. You can use when it's at this point, but this is too ripe. So if it's ripe like this, I would say get some newer ones. You don't want it to be any less ripe than this though, honestly, because you want the bananas to be sweet and you want them to have a nice smooth texture. And sometimes if they're not as ripe as at least this, that could be, a factor. May have sometimes a slightly steamy taste feeling inside there if it's not as ripe. So I'd say go for this one, try to avoid this one. And we talked about the green bananas before. Those are for a different reason. Okay, and I have just the things that I'll need to use. I'm going to use 2 bowls because we're going to be mixing it in 2 different parts. And this is no bake, by the way. There's no baking involved. So some people will say yay for that. So I have 2 of them here. And my husband is going to be helping me. So I guess he's going to come by and say hi.
Hey, I'm just kidding.
So he's going to be helping me today. And of course, you need to have your cake mixer. But let's talk about proportions. And I wrote it down since I did put a half of it. So if you're trying to make notes for this here, it'll be 4 bananas, 4 ripe bananas, medium size. But bananas, they come in various sizes. And even just to mention that, guys, did you know that it's one of, if not one of the most commonly eaten fruits in the United States? And you can understand why. It's not expensive. It doesn't cost a whole lot. And it's very good for you. It has potassium. Let me see what percentage they said. It has, but potassium, 12% of your daily requirements, which is your body needs that to function. Vitamin C, 17%. That's good. Vitamin B6, which is so good for your brain health and for body functions. It has 20% in 1 banana. It has magnesium, 8%, and magnesium and potassium help to maintain your blood pressure. So it is excellent for those reasons. So I would say bananas are definitely a good thing to have. And believe it or not, guys, anybody want to guess in the chat how many different types, varieties of bananas they have? I'll give you we're going to get to the recipe, don't worry, but I just wanted to give you an idea to guess to see how many species of bananas they have out there. So put it in the chat for me and let me know, how many banana species you think are out there. So hi, I see Mondale joined us from Johnson Home Decor. She says, good evening, Miss Marlene and Mark. Welcome, my dear. So glad to see you as always. And she says, good evening, everyone. So they're greeting each other on the chat. So anybody wants to hazard a guess, how many different types of bananas that you have out there? Nobody? How many you think? Somebody got to give me a number to tell me how many you think it is, because it will surprise you actually. And just to say some of the types that we had, they also include plantains, by the way, as one of the species of what's the name of bananas. So they put that in there too. But in Jamaica, we had apple bananas, we had the Lacatan bananas, we had, I forgot what the other one was, but there are so many different types. You have the burro bananas, our Spanish brothers and sisters, they have those. They have blue bananas. I've seen those. You have red bananas. And some of those are not, I think red bananas might be the original where it started from, and then other ones developed off of it. but there are so many different types, of bananas. So I see. So we have one person that guessed. Bruce, you said 900. You're very close. It's actually over 1,000. There are actually over 1,000 different types of bananas. I couldn't believe when I saw it. Some of them look so strange. You're like, they're as thick as this with large seeds inside of them. So very interesting fruit. But let's get on with the recipe. O'Neill Chin says 1,100. You maybe have overshot a little bit there. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have to get our bananas sliced, and I'm gonna be turning it down. See, I want to make sure you guys can see. Oh, Lorna said 1,000. She got it right on the money. Okay, so these are the organic ones. I mean, you don't have. There are some things you want to have organic. You don't have to have organic bananas because you're peeling the skin off anyway. It's not like they have anything that's gonna go inside your body. But if you really are trying to eat clean, then I would say definitely go for it. So we have our bananas here. Just gonna take the wrapping off, and we're gonna be needing 4 for the recipe. It may end up being 3 because these are pretty large, because really it calls for 3 that are medium sized. And I think these are a little bit more than medium sized, but nevertheless, we'll go with 4. If we have too many, I will eat them, right? Because it's so good for you, as I said before. So he's gonna go ahead and make sure you can see what we're doing here. He's gonna go ahead and get them peeled and sliced.
You want to peel them the regular way or the other way?
Yeah, we'll just peel them. Let me give you. You know what? Let's do 3. I don't think we're gonna, because these are really big.
Okay.
Matter of fact, before you do that, let me go ahead and start off with the cookies. So the cookies are in the bottom, because basically what's gonna happen is we're gonna layer the bottom. We're gonna layer them. So first, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add the chessmen cookies. And again, guys, to save on money, because this is kind of pricey, I'm not gonna lie, but I was going for the look. So if you want to go for the look to impress your people for your, your potluck, or whatever it is that you're having, you're treating people at your house, it's a good one, to really give that nice appearance. But you don't have to. You can go for the vanilla wafers, like I said. So, and I figure like everybody has, had these at least once in their life before, so you kind of know what they look like. And I have a before and after too, because I did one earlier today, just to be sure. And so it actually fell. One of the bags fell, so some of them were broken. But you can always crumble them and sprinkle them over. So this is what they look like here. They're called chessmen cookies. And you have the different one. This is the knights for those who play chess. I'm not, my kids and my husband, they're chess players. You have, like with the crown and, different ones on there. Another one here again.
It's a bishop.
Bishop. See, he's telling you I'm not good at that. What's this one?
That's a rook.
The rook?
Yeah.
Is that the pawn?
Castle. That's a pawn.
Okay, the pawn here. And the line at the bottom tells you if you should turn it up or down, because you don't want to have your guests be like people who play chess. You're like, you turn it upside down. So the line at the bottom is going to tell you, just like with shoes, 6 or 9, they put the line at the bottom so that way you can tell, which side is up. So this side would be up. The line goes at the bottom right there. So these are them. Very pretty. Not a pawn again, or rook as you call it. This is the king, right? And this be the queen. Oh, bishop. Sorry. Bishop. My bad. All right. So we're going to go ahead and line off the bottom of our pan. And again, like I said, I'm doing it today for the 9x9, but you can do it for the 13x9, especially if you're doing it for people. So I'm just going to line them off. Make sure you can see what I'm doing here. It does, well, it's the bottom, so it doesn't matter. So we'll just line them off at the bottom. And let me go over what you need specifically as far as the ingredients. So you'll need 4 bananas, half a can of condensed milk. You will need 1 cup of whole milk, 1 box of instant pudding, and I should probably be holding them up. I'm not doing a good job with that part, am I? Let's go over that again. Let me start over. So we'll need the 4 bananas. I'm going to try for 3 because these are really large. If they're going to be medium bananas, then I would say yes, go for 4. So 4 bananas, and then you have your condensed milk. You can use whatever brand you like, and this you're going to need usually a half, because this is 14 ounces. You need 7 ounces. So if you're doing it the 9x9, you would need half of this right here. And then we need to have 1 box of the instant pudding mix, which would be this right here. And then we have a cream cheese. And this is an 8-ounce pack. I'm only going to be using a half of it. So that's 4 ounces that I'm going to be using today. And then you have your whipped topping, which is this over here. And this container holds 8 ounces. Because it's half the size, I'm only going to be using 4 ounces. You can use whatever kind you like. And let me make sure I got everything. And then we have the cookies, of course, which would be the Pepperidge Farm, whatever kind you want. You want to use the vanilla wafers or this one. This has 24 in it. So in this case, the 24 will cover it because you're going to put 12 at the bottom and 12 at the top. So 24 would be the amount you need. If you're going to be using something that's a little bit bigger, then in that case, I'd say get 2 packs for the 13 by 9. Better to have left over than you don't have enough to give it a nice look. Okay, so that's how we're going to start there now. So I'm layering them off at the bottom here. So you can basically have them touching each other. So, you can have a nice little flooring at the bottom. And the one I made already, that one, what happened with it is that some of the biscuits, the cookies, they broke. So unfortunately, I had to put 9 at the top. But you'll see that you'll get the idea. So guys, I hope that you will try this. And like I said, I'll pin the comment afterwards so you can see it to get all the ingredients that you need. So this is a perfect square right here. So you can see that I put 12 of them in there, right? So there you have them. And you put them face down. I should mention that as well. Because this surface, the cream that you're putting in and the bananas can grab a hold a little bit better because it's a little bit rough as opposed to the smoother side. So you put it face down, for attachment, easier attachment purposes. So there they are. All right, so now my husband's going to go ahead and cut these bananas, peel them and cut them for us. So that's going to be the next step.
All right, so you want to peel it the old-fashioned way?
Yes, please. I like for my bananas, guys, for me, this is not as ripe as I would like it, but that's what we have to work with. I like when it peel and I don't hear anything, any sound. Yeah, if I hear that, I'm just like, oh man, this is probably a little not ripe enough yet. Just like one speckle or two is how I actually prefer mine.
All right, so you
just peel all of the banana first, right. And then I'll put the
Just want to see what size you want. So
let me go ahead and clear off that from there. Thank you. Everybody enjoy. I hope everybody had a nice long weekend, last weekend, and you're looking forward to the rest of this one here. And be sure to share this out, guys, with anybody who you think, or even afterwards, because it's really good. And these little strings right here that you have, you always want to make sure you pull those off because you don't want to be eating those, with your food. Give me the knife. Give me the knife.
That's fine.
So putting that away. Taking all the little strings off.
No strings attached.
Right, no strings attached in this case.
All right, that one went.
Yeah, this one could have taken another day at least, I would think. But it'll still be okay, though. It's sweet enough and it's ripe enough to just pass. More strings again. You can cut off the tip. You can cut off the tips, the little tip, because it has to be flat when it goes in there. Or you can do it afterwards, whatever you prefer.
Okay.
I'm going to eat this. You already know me.
All right, so you said you don't want the tips on them, right?
Yeah, so just cut them and you can leave them on the board right there.
Okay. Any blemishes, you just take them out. All right, so you want them about this size, this thick?
Yeah. Can you guys see it? Can you bring it up a little closer to them so they can see, like right here? Yeah, there you go. So you guys can see it right there.
All right, so she's cutting them probably about, I'd say,
no thicker than that.
Quarter of about a third of an inch. About.
They have to be flat. So try to avoid an angle if you can, so you can place them flat. Once you can place them flat, you're pretty much good to go.
At this rate, you're going to need 1.5 bananas.
We'll see, because we're going to try to fill out, as much of the bottom as possible.
All right, so you got that there.
You can just slide them to the side. All right, so we got 2 down, 1 more to go.
Okay.
So guys, you can tell me in the comments how you like your bananas. If you like your bananas when they look like how this one was, or if you like to have a little speckle on there. I know I personally do, but everybody got their own likeness, you know.
You're saying if you cut them too thin, then they're gonna be
Yeah, you don't want them too
floppy.
thick, but not too thin. So like the perfect size would be like this right here, like this right here. Because if it's too thin, you won't really like be tasting a whole lot of banana. And if it's too thick, it's gonna be like, okay, this is too much. Let me see what Mondale says. Mondale says, I love mine like that. Okay, so she likes when hers is just like this. I mean, everybody got their own likeness to it. So these are bananas right here, all nicely sliced up and ready for us. Looking good already, right? Andrea says, I prefer a hard ripe. Don't like the soft brown ones. Yeah, no, I don't either, but I like it. There's, like a little speckle here or there, and I know it's at the perfect time, but that's fine, Everybody got their likeness. What she says now? She says, I can't eat bananas when you have the spots on it. Oh, well, when they're big spots, I don't like them either, honestly. It's a little small, like a little freckle, and that's when I think it's kind of perfect. But, that's okay. No problems there.
Take these out.
Yeah, we're going to eat those because we're not going to let anything go to waste here. All that potassium and magnesium that helps to lower blood pressure, keep it low and everything. We want all of that. So we have them right here, guys. So the next step will be, and you can even do this after you've mixed mixed everything out if you want to, but I'm just putting them on here since we're doing it this way. We're going to just go ahead and try to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. You can bring it down just a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and just place the bananas on there. Try to cover the space as much as possible.
Oh, so you don't.
We just lay them on there. And they say bananas aid in digestion too, guys. So many good things about this fruit right here. And again, they're so inexpensive. And growing up in Jamaica, of course, my other ladies on here from the islands, Lorna and Mondale and Andrea, we all know how much the bananas are like everywhere. They're everywhere. You can't miss it. And it's easy to grow your own. Back in Jamaica, I did a video, I think it was last summer, on the bananas. I mean, like fruits of the Caribbean, and the bananas were one of them. So inexpensive. Once you're tropical, you could do it there. So we're just gonna try to place and cover as much as we can right down here. And I'm apologizing ahead, guys, because I'm gonna have to run the cake mixer. So you're gonna hear it in the background. So I apologize, because we have to get these things mixed out. The creamy part that we're gonna put on there. Yum, yum. And I'll show you in a second what this looks like, because we want to make sure. So you see, guys, I was telling you that and you're not going to put any on the top. It's just one layer of the bananas, because we don't want to go in for overkill, because sometimes bananas can be a bit much sometimes. My husband used to eat so much banana growing up in the area that he grew up in. He said, oh my gosh, I'm all bananaed out. My mom, she made the best Jamaican banana fritters. Oh my gosh, they were so good. And my husband, over the years, he learned how to do it, and he do it really good too.
So we'll do another video on that another time.
Right, another video another time. Maybe like for Jamaica independence, but we'll see. And let me just go ahead and wash my hands, because the bananas can be kind of sticky. So I'm going to show you what it looks like now once we layer everything in there. So this is it right here. That's how it looks. So you can see all your bananas are lined up, and you have your cookies at the bottom. So we are good to go. Keep an eye on the comments here. Don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss anybody. So Tiffany says, I don't really mind if there are spots or not. I don't like the big spots though. Yeah, and that's me too. When you have like the big spots on there, I'm just like, it's probably gone too far, If it's still firm, I will eat it, but banana can be kind of funny. But there's banana bread, so you can always make the banana bread if it gets to that point, don't waste it. And I'm sure there are other things too. And let me see now. Andrea says, always a bunch. My family in Jamaica grows bananas, huge bunches. Yeah. Because like my brother, I was hoping he'd be able to make the chat. He didn't, but he grows a lot of stuff, and bananas is one of them. And the thing with bananas is that it comes back. Not the individual trees, but it send up what we call suckers. They call them pups over here, where when one dies, it brings up all the other ones beside it. They come up, like little things, like a little roll. They call them like a cigar because it's kind of rolled kind of tight, and it grows up and it opens out the leaves, and then boom, there you go. Looking really good year after year. You'll have them coming in. So very inexpensive to grow, but you have to be in a tropical area. But to be honest, I live in the southeastern United States, and over the last 3 years or so, I keep seeing more and more people having banana trees in their yard. Isn't that something? One thing, one thing I'll say though is that once a banana tree bears fruit, bears a bunch, and each banana bears one bunch, by the way. Once it has borne fruit, it's going to die. It's not going to give you more bananas. But then the ones that come up afterwards, those are the ones that's going to come up and give you more. So it's a cycle like that. So it's never ending, very economical, good to grow. So let's see. Mondale says, I don't and can't eat banana pudding with banana in it because once that banana is cut and I don't eat it right away, please don't offer me any pudding. Oh no. Well, Mondale, guess what? You can do this for your kids. Do it for your kids. They will love it. I can assure you. All right. So go ahead and get my mixer plugged in right here. Can you pull out that child food thing for me there? Well, Mondale, you can make this without the bananas. How about that? But you can do it because they have. See, like how you have the vanilla because the same thing applies. You just wouldn't have the bananas in there. Like how you have this one. It's just the This one is just vanilla at the top there. You can get the one that says banana flavored, and that could be your banana pudding. Just do everything else but leave the banana out, and they'll still enjoy it. So you have options there. Okay, so first thing we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and mix in. Let me plug this in here. So excuse the noise, guys, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix in our instant pudding mix. And this one says it's a 3.4 ounce, like I was saying before. So that's what we're going to add in there. So it's just powder, almost kind of like Jello. You can see the company that makes it too. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and cut it. Let me get my scissors down here and just cut it. And then we just pour it, and that's what it looks like. Just powder like that. We're gonna add that in there. So that's one packet, and then we are gonna go ahead and add our milk. And like I said, this is the one that I'm using right here. And I just need 1 cup of milk. And the thing with this is that if you're taking it to feed people, you want to make sure that you keep this snack, or I should say this dessert, keep it refrigerated. So this is not something you'd have sitting out because you have milk in there. You don't want to have anybody getting sick from it. So you want to keep it refrigerated until it's time to serve it. So this might not be something for an out there all day picnic. You keep it in and then you bring it out when you're ready. So we're gonna go ahead and add our milk in. And I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing it in. And this you have to mix in. They said 5 minutes. It doesn't need that much time. I'm gonna go ahead and mix it. You can turn your volume down if you need to. I want to show you some progress first so you can see where we're coming from and where we're going to end up. Let me show you the consistency, how it looks right now. You can see coming off the right here anyway. So this is what it is, mixer. It's very runny at this point, but it's not going to stay that way. And that's why, because it's going to gel, over time. So let me keep this here so I can show you afterwards. I'm going to go ahead and mix it again. You have to give it the time that they tell you. So the progress now, see, it's not running so much anymore. It's kind of holding up on here. So it's getting thicker. So I just wanted to show you how we doing. Another check-in. See, look at this now. Look where we at. See that? That's where we are now. So it's getting thicker and thicker. So I'm just gonna do it one more time. And then we're gonna be done. Let me just ease these out. Can you wash these for me, please? Thank you.
Cool.
So let me show you now what it's looking like right here. So this is, see? So no more runniness. It's all nice and thick. I'm gonna be ready for us for the next part. So we'll leave this over here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold in the Cool Whip in it, because that'll help to give it a little bit more body as well. In this case, again, because I'm doing the 9x9 dish, I'm gonna be using approximately half of it here. So that's what it looks like, nice and creamy. So we're gonna add that in. This was about 2/3 way, I would say. So I'm not gonna add every single bit. Let me save that for some dessert, some other type of dessert. But for the most part, just about half of it there. And again, you have dairy product in there. I'm not sure what kind of alternatives they have for people who are vegan, like they don't want to have anything dairy, but I'm sure there are options out there. So this is what it starts looking like here. Just put it right there. And then we're gonna go ahead and just mix it in. I just like using my spatula for this, because you don't want to have to, going back to the mixer, because it's really light and nice texture. So you just go in and put it in here. So we have some little streaks in here, so let's go in and grab all of them. Like you see some little yellow parts, and if you can see them, so just go in and make sure that we got all of them. And you see the color, coming together there. You can see it. All right, so we're gonna set that off to the side, and then the next thing we have to do is work on our cream cheese. And again, guys, because of the size of what I'm doing here, I'm only using 4 ounces. It's an 8-ounce pack. So we're gonna go ahead and add it in. Okay, we're gonna be mixing a little bit again. So again, when the noise starts, just excuse me until we start up. So let's go ahead and scrape out our cream cheese. So I actually bought 2 of them, which I didn't really need to. So basically, this is good for cheesecake, and I love cheesecake. So guess what? At some point, we are gonna go ahead and use it to make some cheesecake. The other one that I have, let me see the expiration date on here. We're good until August 6th, so we got some time. I don't know when you'll be watching this video, this live, but we got some time to use it. Okay. Wipe this off really quick here. All right, so let's go ahead and get our mixer in. All lined up here. So anybody think they're gonna try this, or have you ever tried this before? Any type of your banana pudding? Because in the South here, trust me, you go to some kind of food thing that people bring food or what, little get together, and you'll have at least, especially like in the summertime, you will have at least one person bringing a banana pudding, and everybody got their own take to it, but this is ours, and we absolutely love it. So, and it is sweet, guys. Like I said, you may want to skip on, have some water, avoid the sodas and the fruit juice the day that you're doing this. So you'll need half a can of condensed milk, but since it's kind of thick like this, I'm gonna start mixing it out first, so it's easier to work it in. And they say make sure that your cream cheese is at room temperature, so that way. So I'm gonna put half of the condensed milk in there. That should be enough. I don't want to put too much because we're gonna be having this. And Andrea, you are welcome to some of this. You can come on over because I have 2 of them. I did this one, and I'm gonna do. I have the one I did before, and we have this one coming here. So you can always come for some. Sharon says, I like that. We'll surely try your recipe. Thanks. Oh, you're very welcome. Welcome, my dear. So glad to see you. And like I said, I'll pin the comments too, like, just with the when I finish yours, if you wanted to go back and look at it, then you'll be able to see like the proportions that we used. Tiffany says, my family always have banana pudding for Thanksgiving and Christmas. I sometimes help my family make it. Absolutely. So do you do it this way, Tiffany, or do you use like other cookies, or do you do anything different than what we have here? Because I like to hear different people's, opinions. So anyway, I'm gonna mix in the condensed milk right now. All right, guys, the mixing is over. Yay! No more mixing. I'm making sure I get all of it, so I'm shaking that off. Wash this off a little bit so it doesn't sit and set in there. And before we get to the next step, by the way, guys, I just wanted to invite you guys to we have an upcoming collaboration, my sister and I so far. I'm waiting to hear back from I think maybe two other ladies, but it's a summer porch, just a summer porch refresh or just summer porch display. We're gonna be doing it on June 22nd at 5:45 p.m. So be sure to join us. I'll probably put it on my community tab or maybe do a short or something or on Instagram. I'm at Marlene's How To's on Instagram, so I'll put it there on there for sure as well. Sharon says send mine over for sure, sure, because you're not that far from me. But we're gonna be showing like displaying at least one plant on your porch and a glass or a pitcher of lemonade as a part of the whole summer thing. Just to put that theme out there because we're getting into that season. I'm not sure you're gonna be watching this video because it's gonna be here forever and ever um, by YouTube. And so you can always watch this whenever. But we have that coming up June 22nd. You can always even go back and watch it if this time has passed already. But June 22nd at 5:45 p.m. is going to be a summer porch collaboration. And we're just going to be showing, like I said, at least one plant as well as a glass or pitcher of lemonade to get into that whole summer spirit because we're moving into that season right now. So I look forward to hearing from you. And I have a nice little surprise announcement for those who are here will hear it that my channel recently got invited to the YouTube Partner Program. So I'm very happy about it. I'll probably do like a video, maybe a live. I mean, maybe like 2 weeks or so because we're gonna be off next week, just to go over that and maybe give a like a giveaway or something like that. Just to show appreciation because you guys have really been there for me. You've been very supportive, especially all the people on this live right now. You guys are really my ride or dies. You've really been there, most of you from the beginning, some in the middle, and some new. But I appreciate every single one of you. And what that basically means is that I'm able to earn income from the ads that they run because in the past, whenever you see an ad, we're not getting paid for it. So it allows you to, people can you can get money for when they run ads. It's not a lot. The commission rate is low, but nevertheless, the more views you get, the more you can get. So that's that part to it. You also have people can give you money, like doing a live right now. You have like super chats, super stickers, and stuff. Because I mean, I've done what do you call it now, like sponsored videos before, where either you get a free product and you tell people about it, or they give you a little, you break you off a little something, to for your time and all of that. Oh, Neil Chin, yay! That's my first. Woo! He just gave me a super chat, $10. All right, cha-ching. Because we make the videos and everything. We buy materials. I mean, I use everything that I use to make my videos, but nonetheless, you still have to put that in there. So just to say that it has happened, and I'm so appreciative because since this year started, it really picked up for me. And I think it's mostly because I was decided that I'm just going to stick to gardening because that's what the channel is about. The algorithm, I think, understood my channel a little bit better, and so for that reason, they kind of knew better who to promote my videos to. And so for that reason, you could see where it started to pick up more subscribers and the views. So thank you so much. Sharon says, how do you contribute? I think there should be a dollar sign there somewhere. You can click on there and then, can you tell her for me? Can you tell her how you did it?
I mean, there's
I should say how you would do it.
There's a dollar sign at the bottom in the chat. At the bottom, right beside the smiley face, there's a dollar sign there. So you just basically click on the dollar sign, and then it would ask you what type of contribution you want to give, and it'll say like super chat or something else, and then you just click on it, and then you just follow the breadcrumbs, and it'll tell you how to add it on there.
Okay. So it's been tested and proven, and it highlighted on here so that anybody who is in the chat, they can see, I can see it, so I know that you did it. So of course, we definitely appreciate you. But so that's probably the easiest way to get, to your threshold for where you want. But the AdSense are there too, because if they're, putting it on Google, because I've had videos that rank on Google, you look it up, boom, my video comes up, but I didn't get anything for it. I got from sponsorships and stuff like that. So, but I'm patient. Whenever God is ready, I say He's ready, and when the time comes, it comes, and here we are. So, but I said I'll do a giveaway on that, a future live video, so you'll get to see how that goes. But just to give you an inside, these are my inside people. You're on the live, so you get to hear it first. So there you have it, guys. So again, I appreciate you so much. I thank you. Words cannot express. My mama, she's my inspiration for doing this. So of course, it means a lot to me. So I really thank you so much. All right, so now we have our layer here. We have we have the cookies at the bottom, and we have the bananas right there, and we have two different mixtures. This is the one. You see how nice and thick. Look at this, guys. You see how thick it's gotten now? Too much light in there. Let me see. Don't trouble the light though. I got it. So you can see how thick it is right here, guys. It has gotten really thick since we started, and so that's what it looks like, right? And then over here we have the other mixture, and this one was the cream cheese and the condensed milk. So we're gonna add them together now and mix them in. Scrape everything out. No, it's fine. You can leave it. And I'm telling you, after I did the first part where I did the what you call it now, where I did the banana, just the pudding mix, and just that part alone, it already tastes so good to me. So Mondale, there you go again. You don't have to put any bananas in there. You can just go ahead and use a banana mix instead. So guys, this is what it looks like right here. So you can see it right there. So there you have it. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and layer it on. We have it right there. Let me make sure you can get a little close up of what we're doing here. And that's the thing with bananas. So you see they're a little bit, so you can do them like just before this step, but I wanted to get it in. So basically what happens is bananas will get brown a little bit, as most fruits are. No, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Bananas will get a little brown. It's not that brown. It looks more obvious. You can see it here. So they get a little brown. It's called the browning reaction, where fruits, like apples, bananas, potatoes, they'll get brown when they get exposed to air for a while. So if you don't want to see it, do it as quick as you can when you do it. Karen says, she says, which one did you click on? She's trying to figure out what to click on. Can you explain to her again, please? Tell her what you clicked on to do it. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and do this here. Make sure you can see it really good. So we just get the spatula, and we're going to go ahead and just start adding it on. And you want to just try to keep it as neat as you possibly can, because whatever you're doing it in, that's the container it's going to stay in, of course. And again, this is no bake. So it's so easy. You don't have to bake it. And you just kind of go in and start spreading it on. This is the part when the kids will want to lick the bowl. I remember when my grandma used to bake, because my grandma, my mom was so busy raising my other younger siblings that most times my grandma was the one who did the baking, like at Christmas time and so on. And we'd always get to lick the bowl when we help her, because in those days you weren't using no cake mixer like this, guys. It was this spoon, the wooden spoon. It was the wooden spoon. So we would lick the bowl and lick the spoon. All right, so we're filling in right here. Just try to make it as neat as you can, because not only do we want to have it not only do we want to have it delicious, but we want to have it, eye pleasing as well. Because that's a part of eating too. You start with your eyes first. Well, maybe your nose, if you can smell it from afar. And then when you see it, you're just like, oh, that looks so good. And then when you eat it, you're just like, oh, that tastes so good. So, all of those senses coming in together. So we're just going ahead and putting this on here. Let me keep up with the chat here. He says he did. She said, yes, but two choices. Oh, I'm missing the comment. She said, which one did you click? She said, $ beside smiley face. In the comments, that's what he said. And she said, yes, but two choices. And he said, then super chat or sticker. And then he said he did the super chat. Okay. All right. Okay. So we are almost finished, and I'm not leaving anything in the bowl behind, guys. I am scraping everything out, all of it. I'm gonna use a knife and get everything off. That's just me. I'm not gonna waste it. Plus, I'm gonna be shearing this. Maybe I could give some to my neighbor too. There. Oh man, I messed up. I'm gonna have to clean up this little. Oh, you can't see. Let me put it down here. So let's see what we have here.
Get some napkins. There you go.
I'm gonna go ahead and clean it on up.
Small life.
Right. So we have one more thing to do. Can you explain to her again if she's still here, just so she knows? Because I don't want her to be frustrated trying to do it. So you could tell her one more time.
Oh, okay, right below the comments, there's a smiley face to the left, and then in the middle there's a rectangular with a $sign on it, and then to the right of that there is like a plus sign, right? So you basically, if you click the plus sign, it will give you other options. So when you click on the dollar sign, right, the square rectangle with a $sign, and it'll basically pull up two options. It'll say sticker, and it'll say super chat. So I didn't know. This is the first time I'm doing it, so I just clicked on super chat. So if you clicked on sticker, you'll probably get something else. And then when you click on super chat, then it's going to say PayPal or credit card, and then you just select the one that you want to do, and then you put in the information for it, and then you hit save, and then it'll just basically pop it and send it forward. That's all. You have to select the amount, by the way, because it starts up at $2. So you just scroll down below where it says the $2, and you go down below that, and you change the $2 to whatever you want it to, or leave it at $2. Okay, and that's pretty much how it worked. All right, thanks.
Okay. Thanks for explaining that. Of course, my sons, they do this kind of stuff all the time. So, for channels that they support. So there you have it. All right. So let's take a look now. So we are on the last part of it now. So we have the layer in here. So the last thing is to cover it with the chessmen cookies. We're going to go ahead and cover them. So we stick it in here, which you can see what I'm doing there. In here. And you guys can give on any regular video. It doesn't have to be today. So you didn't get to do it, no worries. And of course, it's purely voluntary. It's no pressure or anything. Because that's the last thing that we would want on here. All right, so we're putting them on here and I'm lining them off. I think it should be 12 and 12. The one I did earlier, like I said, it had fallen when we came into the house. And so one of them broke. Well, actually, a couple of them broke. So I had to do 9 on that one. Oh, this one just broke too. That's the only thing with these. So again, maybe the like the Nilla wafers or the the Walmart wafers might be an easier bet in terms of not having that happen. Oh, stuck on the back there. All right, so we have another one here. We have another one here. And another one here. And then, so this is what it looks like right now. So I'm going to go ahead and press in lightly just so they can feel, like they're really a part of the mix. So I'm just going to press it in a little bit like so. And it also helps to fill out the corners when you press it in a little bit as well too. You can see a little bit of it coming up in between, which we like to see because you know that everything is kind of gelling together. We just tuck them in a little bit there. I have a little broken one here, but that's okay. We're still going to have it. So let me show you what it looks like. Oh, I need to clean up that part just a little bit as well too. Presentation is always a big part of cooking. Of course, if it tastes good, we're gonna eat it. But if you can tidy it up a little bit, it doesn't hurt. Okay. Let me show you the finished product. So this is what it looks like right here. And then it's set and everything, but you have to put this in the refrigerator so it can kind of gel and cool down, because again, they are dairy products. So you want to make sure that let me just hold it up here. They are dairy products. So you want to make sure that they're refrigerated and they're kept at a safe temperature. So let's say you're doing something outdoors, like for the summer or whatever season, Thanksgiving or whatever, and it's warm enough outside and you're putting it out there. You want to keep it at a safe temperature. You keep it in the refrigerator first, or if you're taking it traveling with you, keep it like ice above and below so it stays at that good safe temperature, and then you would serve it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you now the one that we did before, and that's in the refrigerator. Whoops, this dish is a little bit heavier. Oh, and by the way, once you finish it, I almost forgot that step. You want to take some like saran wrap and just cover over it, like I did here. So much light coming through here. All right, so we got another super chat. Bruce Lee say, ha ha ha, he's laughing. Thank you. Oh, she says, have to support my sister. Okay, absolutely, appreciate you. So right here now, you put the saran wrap over it, when you finished here. So let me just not leave that step out and go ahead and do it as well. Since we are going to put it in the refrigerator right now. You can use saran wrap, cling wrap, whatever one you want to use. And the one thing with dairy products that I noticed is when you put them in the refrigerator, you always want to make sure you don't have like anything smelling in there like onions or any kind of spicy food, because the last thing you need, people, is to have your having your dessert, something that's supposed to be sweet, smelling of onions or something like that. So especially, this is really a critical step. You want to make sure that you're filling it around, it's nicely sealed. And I'm going to stick this in the refrigerator right now. Okay, so this one is the one that was done before. Let me clean off this a little bit here so you can see it. Bruce Lee says this is the sticker. Thank you, Bruce Lee. Appreciate you. Let's go ahead and wash this off, even though it's the same thing, but one is colder than the other. So I'll be right around there and just rinsing this off. We're gonna go ahead and unwrap it here. Brucey says, congratulations, keep educating and inspiring and ministering to others. Oh, absolutely, 100%. That's what it's all about. All right, so this is it right here. So this is the one that was cooled, that I said. Oh, to Georgia. Oh, thank you so much to Georgia Peaches for a super chat. I appreciate you. And the emojis are so cute because these are new to me. So that one has like a pear, it looks like, and he's there laughing, ha ha ha. And then to Georgia Peaches did the one doing the dance. That is so cute. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much. So anyway, so this is what this part looks like right here. We're going to go ahead and cut a piece out from here, so you can see the final product. And I'm going to use a spatula because
put it flat.
Yeah, I'm going to get it out first. Oops. From down here. Let me go ahead and get it up there. This one was trying to get out from the other side. Don't ask me why. But this is what a slice of it looks like right here. So it's nice and thick. You can see it right there with the thing on the top. You just go ahead and slice it and take it out. And then you go ahead and eat. I'm not going to eat in front of you because I don't usually do that. I think it's kind of like not very nice. But just to pull it apart, so you have your banana. I know Monday says she's not into the banana part, but you have your little banana part in here, and you have, your filling part right there, and you have a little, the little layer of it there, and it is so good, guys. I'm telling you, so delicious. So I really hope that you will try it. You can tell me if you thought it was easy or, it was a little challenging. And I see that some of you are just coming on, so I do want to take a moment to say welcome, welcome. I'm sorry that you didn't get to come on a little bit earlier, but you can always go back and watch the replay so that we can, you can follow the recipe, and I'll go over the ingredients really quick for you. If you didn't have the time to do that, just so you know what it is was used in here really quick for you.
Or you could type it in the chat.
Yeah, I'll put it in the comments too, but just to show them, give them a visual of the different things that we use. So we had used the chessmen cookies. We have any more bananas over there? We have the chessmen cookies that we used. We had the Cool Whip that we used. I think you probably threw away the but you did ask me. We have bananas that we put in there. We had condensed milk that we put in there. Oh, you didn't throw it away. Great. And we also use the instant Jello mix to put it in there.
Vanilla flavor.
Yeah, and this one is the vanilla. Now, if you don't like bananas and you just want to, like Mondale, so she doesn't like bananas in other things, you can just use the banana flavor. So it would look, pretty much like this with your cookies on the top, but you just wouldn't have the bananas that I just pulled out from. Oh, Sharon got in there. Oh my gosh. And she said race. Thank you so much for your sticker, your super chat. I appreciate you so much. You see this lady right here? She is a lesson in determination. I don't want to, talk about, your things that you went through. That's for you to decide if you wanted to talk about it or not. But she is an inspiration, just like my sister. They have been through some things in life, and they're overcomers. I mean, we all do in our own way, but when you can see somebody's experience and they go through some really high mountains to climb, and by the grace of God, they made it. These two women, I know their story, so they are in that for sure. So thank you so much. I appreciate your super chat or sticker. The stickers are so funny and cute. So that's it, guys. So you can use the like I said, you can use the banana mix if you didn't want to put the bananas in there, you just wanted to have the flavor. But these are the things that we use, and like I said, I'll pin them on there. Again, we have our collab coming up June 22nd. It's a summer porch for the participants who wanted to, with YouTube channels, and you wanted to be a part of that. So you could go ahead and get ready for it. It's going to be on June 22nd, 5:45 p.m. At least one plant you would want to put in there, and a glass or a jug of lemonade. And that's pretty much a basic requirement. And just like you can sit there and talk about summertime, what it means to you, any big holidays that are coming up. You can talk about that if there are summertime things, just different things that happen. So that's going to be our collab coming up. So thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you so much. If anybody have any questions for me, anything you wanted to say, if you're going to try this, if you tried it already, do yours differently. I know, Tiffany, you said that you guys normally do them for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And you can eat this. I mean, this doesn't have to be for summertime. You can do it at any time of the year you want. Winter, spring, summer, or fall. It's for 4 seasons. Sharon says, I pray God's outpouring blessings on your business. Got your back, sis. I appreciate you too, and I got yours for as much as I can. I really, really do. So thank you so much. So guys, if you didn't have any questions for me, my husband said goodbye to, because he was my helper today in all of this. We just counted down to 60 minutes. She said, it looks good. I want to try it. Yes. So please go back. So here he is on the side there. Right. We always hold up what we did, even though it has a cut in there, but this is what we did today. So we always try to get, no, but you're going to cut our face off. So we always try to do a picture, not showing so good. I'm so sorry, but this is it right here. No. Yeah, just block the light a little bit. Okay, that might be a little bit better. So here you go, guys. So this is it right here. With our, there you go. That's it right there. And this has 9, like I said, because some of them broke. But you would have 12 on yours, and this is very delicious. It's a winner on any little get-together you're going to have, I promise you. And it's very easy. You don't have to turn your oven on. Ain't that something? Delicious. All right, guys. So thank you so much. Do hope to see you in the next video. And you can always follow me on Instagram if you want to at Marlene's How To's. I'm gonna be there. And you can always DM me if you wanted to be a part of this collab or not on there, or leave me a comment somewhere in one of my videos that you wanted to participate, and I'll be glad to have you. So Andrea says, thanks for all you're doing, Marlene. Oh, you're very welcome. How would you modify for someone with diabetes? And that's the thing. You have to look for sugar-free options because most diabetics will have sugar-free options. I'm so glad you said that. So you can look for sugar-free, like sugar-free cookies. I don't know, even this. I think they have sugar-free condensed milk
They
too. So
do. They
any
do.
one of them, you
They
can get
do.
the sugar-free forms that you like, and you can do it that way. And if you're vegan, you can. I'm just guessing you have items that you can use to where you substitute, like for the something that doesn't have milk in there, maybe like coconut or something in there
Yeah, you can use
instead.
coconut.
Coconut flavors of milk and almond milk. So you can use different things. It won't be as heavy,
Right.
but it will still be good. So test it out first. And as I always say, don't test out food on people when you're having a get together.
Yeah.
We talked about this in our what was it, our Thanksgiving live that we did preparing for Thanksgiving. Test it out first, for your family and yourself. And if you like how it came out and it was easy enough for you to do, then you can give it to other people. But don't test it out. Oh, I'm gonna try it, because no.
Yeah.
Do it first, and then when the time comes up for something, you're good to go, and then you do it. Just like me here, I wouldn't just come on here and do it. I'm gonna test it out first. And I've done this a couple of times. So I know it works. So I'd recommend, looking at the sugar-free options and all of those other things to see how it goes. Let me see what Sharon said here. She says, "Hi, brother. I love how you are supporting your wife. Great husband, great role model." And, yes, thank you so much. I do appreciate him and my boys. So they help me with different things on the channel. Because, some of the things are technological. Sometimes it's like, can you take a look at this, please? So, I appreciate the help that everyone gives me, and all of you for supporting me for this time. And I hope you have a pleasant evening or a pleasant day whenever you're watching this. Thank you so much. And maybe in two, if not two, in 3 weeks, we'll do another live, and I'll talk about the monetization and some of the things I learned from it and all of that. And we'll have at least one giveaway for you. All
Yeah.
right. So we'll see how it goes. So thank you guys so much. Hope you have a wonderful evening. And we're going to go ahead and end the stream now. Be sure to share this out too for people who will want this recipe so they can see how we did it, and it can be a winner for them too at their next gathering. All right, guys. So take care and have a great evening. Bye.